Hello everyone, this is Breanna Rutter from howtoblackhair.com. And in this video, I will be talking about why your natural hair is naturally changing colors. So I will help address those in 4 reasons as to why it's happening. And even these tips can also apply to those who color their hair as well. So my first reason as to why your hair is changing colors, and this is really a prominent reason as to what could fix your hair, whether you color your hair or it's your natural hair color, is that you want to free your hair from minerals if you use hard water. So if you stay in a place that has hard water, you will see traces of things like some metals, calcium, and even sulfur in your water. And when you put water onto your hair, the minerals in the water just sits on top of your hair shaft. The molecules are too big to be absorbed in your hair, so they're not helpful at all, and it makes it hard for moisture to penetrate your hair at its best. So sometimes you may color your hair and notice my color is getting kind of brassy, or your natural color just looks really dull, and even washing your hair with hard water leads to unmanageable breaking hair. So what you want to do is make sure you use filtered water to wash your hair. And you can do this by even using a shower head to wash your hair with a shower head on your shower, or you could use one that plugs onto your sink, or simply just buy a gallon of filtered water and wash your hair with that. In the description box, I have a link to my website that gives a lot of my recommendations as of what you should use to help filter your water if that's what you need to do. So the second tip that will help you understand why your hair is changing colors is that the ends of your hair hold color best if you color your hair. So it's kind of hard to make senses in, okay, I don't color my hair, but the ends of my hair look a little bit lighter. And then for those of you who do color your hair, you notice that the color seems to stay on the ends the most. The reason why is because the ends of your hair is most porous. So if you are coloring your hair, you will notice that the ends always take best to color before it does at the roots. The reason why is because as your hair gets older, as you go down your length, the ends are missing some of its scales. This is just natural wear and tear on your hair. Over time, the scales on the outside of the hair will either break off or not be as healthy as possible because it's an older part of your hair. So when you're coloring your hair, it's very easy to deposit color into it because you don't have the scales on the outside of the hair trapping moisture out from getting inside. Also, if you don't color your hair, naturally it will lose color because it loses the pigment as the hair gets older. That's why as you even get older in age, you will notice that your hair will look white or black or even shades of gray because it's starting to lose that pigment color that you've always had. So that's why the ends of your hair will naturally look a different color because it's the oldest part of your hair. And if you color your hair, the ends hold color best rather than the roots of your hair. The third reason as to why it may seem as if your hair is changing colors is because it's just pure genetics. Sometimes there's things with my hair that I don't notice. I think it was maybe last week or 2 weeks ago I noticed my first gray hair. And when you don't really notice your hair as much or really see everything in its detail, sometimes you may not realize that you have a couple of strands of red hair or even brown hair. So what you want to do is just check your hair out because you've probably always had these different shades of colors when you were a kid. It's kind of hard to find someone who has all of their hair the true shade of jet black, but you will see different kind of shades of color because our hair will give a natural highlight and low light. So really don't worry about it if this is why, because it's just purely genetics. So my last reason as to why your hair may be naturally changing colors is because your hair has went through sun damage. So of course you have to battle against manipulation damage and product damage, and then on top of it all, even sun damage with your hair. Sun lets off UV rays that could be very harming to your skin as well as your hair. That's why it's very important if you're going to be out on sunny days that you wear some type of sunscreen. And the same thing applies to your hair. Your hair is a part of you, so if your skin can't take UV rays beating down on a hot sunny day, then your hair is going to suffer as well. You want to use some type of serum that will help protect it, almost like a sunscreen for your hair. In my description box, I have a link to my website where I'm actually talking about the different products you can use, and I give a lot of different recommendations of what to do for your hair to stop sun damage from happening. So those are 4 of my tips that I've gave to help you to understand whether or not your hair is really changing colors, if anything's affecting your hair, and this can even apply to those who color their hair as well. So if this was helpful for you, make sure to leave some comments down below, and also be sure to go on over to howtoblackhair.com for more hair information and articles and videos like these.